Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sherrard Show. I'm your host, Sherrard. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Today is President's Day, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very special show. We have a beautiful young lady who's stopping back on the show. She is all the way from Crown Pointe, Indiana, and she's become a star out here in Hollywood. We will be talking to her in a moment, the lovely Natalie Polisson on the Sherrard Show once again. But before we begin, the Sherrard Show is brought to you by Pure Essence Television, where you can see some of the greatest episodes of your life. Currently now trending The Temptations, The Isley Brothers, coming soon, Billy D. Williams, Jay Leno, and many more. Just click on the link below and you can see the greatest episodes of your life. Also, if you missed this broadcast on television, you can listen to it on iHeartRadio. Just click the link below and you can smile and drive, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we have soon to be Hollywood royalty on the show. This young lady again she's on a Lifetime Films. Click on your link right there on the monitor. You just look at your monitor. She's on a Lifetime television movie. She's also been very busy. Had an audition for Warner Brothers, ladies and gentlemen, and also she just came back from Atlanta. So she's doing big things on our very special topic. The Hollywood star, all the way from Crown Pointe, Indiana, the lovely Natalie Polisson. Welcome back to the show. How are you, young lady?
Oh my goodness. I'm wonderful. I'm blessed. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. It's so exciting to see have you back on the show. Now, you've been very busy with a lot of things going on. Also, you're about to get married. Is that correct?
I am. I am planning a wedding and it is a full-time job, but it's very fun and it's happening.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about that momentarily, a little bit on the show about her about to get married as well. But let's first talk about your journey. Now, Crown Point, Indiana is not necessarily known for being Hollywood. So, how did you, or what bit you, or what inspired you to become the actress that you are today?
Yeah, I always loved music. Grew up singing, grew up playing the violin. And then when I was in third grade, I did, a play and a musical at the high school with the high school students. They needed a couple kids. And I just remember being on stage and thinking, wow, this is a rush. This is really cool. Not only do I get to sing and perform, but I get to be a character. And I think with my, as a kid, I was always using my imagination and playing, and I'm like, oh, I get to do something with it. And I'm an empath, and I think it just works out. And yeah, from there, I really was drawn to theater. And then as I kind of went along in my career, I fell in love with film, and I love the art of storytelling.
Now, what is there to do? How do you satisfy the itch to want to be an actress in Crown Point, Indiana, for example? Where do you go, like if you want to do theater, if you want to do plays and things like that?
Yeah, so I mean, when I was younger, I did the high school shows. When I was in middle school, I was a part of show choir. I was in the orchestra, anything that I could possibly be in to do what I loved. It's very funny. When I was actually in fifth grade, I auditioned for the American Girl doll show. There's a big show at the store in Chicago, and I had a call back. I was between like me and one other young lady, and I didn't book it. But honestly, looking back, I'm kind of glad. It would have been a lot as a kid. I would have had to leave school early. But, I think in any small town, like small Midwest town, there are community theaters. So you can join them. And I think if, not everybody has the privilege that we do here in LA to do all these amazing, cool productions, but there are a lot of community theaters across the country, which are amazing to be a part of.
It's funny you mentioned American Girl doll. That's my daughter's favorite doll. She absolutely loves it. She wants to go to the American Doll store in New York. I'm going to take her
Oh,
there to be able to see it as well. I got her the American Doll a few Christmases ago. She still walks around with it. Very good. Now, one thing that's interesting, Natalie, is that very few people become as successful as fast as you have in LA, coming from Indiana or coming from anywhere. But what do you think is the key to your success or how you've been able to book job after job?
hmm. I am very persistent. I think I've always been the person that if you say no, I go, okay, well, what's next? And I want to show you, you know, why somebody should say yes to me. Maybe if it's not in that role, but if it's in something else. So all of my friends, people I know say I'm one of the hardest workers they've ever met, and I do think it's true. Sometimes I actually need to work on, maybe we rest today. It's always finding the balance. But I think it's the love of the art and wanting to continue to learn and grow, and I'm still in and out of class, and I just love it. When it becomes exhausting, I find my love for it and dig my heels in.
Now, at some point, there's often times where you have to move and leave, because you become a big fish in a small pond and it's time to leave and things like that. Then sometimes people leave too soon. They haven't done enough where they are, and then they leave too soon. They get swallowed up in they become a small fish in a huge pond. But when it's time to move west in your career?
Interesting. I was doing musical theater and then a little bit of on camera, lots of different projects. I was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which was a really awesome, artsy, cool town. But there was an element of, I almost feel like it's a community of like a big high school because you kind of know who's gonna get what parts, and I don't know, it felt a little bit limited. And I think there was something inside of me that said, I kind of want to try something else. I want to see what a big market would do. I want the opportunities to come in. And yeah, I kind of just went, you know what, I think I'm going to do it. And then I made the switch from really focusing on theater to focusing to on camera work.
You don't think that's amazing? I see your questions. We're gonna get your questions momentarily for the lovely Natalie Polisson. They lining up for you already. My
Oh,
goodness. It's amazing. Now, Natalie, the thing is that when you come out to LA, everybody's here for a purpose. Typically, I'm an actor, I'm a producer, I'm a filmmaker, I'm so on and so forth. So it's hard to be seen or be different. You have to have a niche or something in order to be able to stand out. And one thing that is amazing is that you're a very classy young lady. A lot of women feel like they have to sell themselves out in order to make it, but you haven't. So what is it that you think that has kept you up with such great, clean, pristine image as a lady in the industry?
well, first off, thank you. Um, yeah, I mean, as I get older, I know more and more who I am, and I do think that is hard with LA, and you have these young women who come here and they kind of don't know, they want to be in the industry, they're ready just like, oh, I'll do anything. Well, so I'm a Christian. So I mean, honestly, it comes back to that. Like I know who I am in the Lord, and um it doesn't mean that this journey is always just smooth sailing. But we have ups and downs, but I think that's been it. And then I guess just as I mature, I see projects, and maybe the content is kind of a little more raunchy or something, and I don't really see the point of it. And I'm like, you know what? It's not for me. I'm going to move on to something that feels like it's for me, and that's going to make an impact in people's lives in the right way.
It's amazing. One of my favorite networks has always been Lifetime Television. I mean, Lifetime Television, a long time ago, it used to be the caption was Lifetime Television, television for women, but then they kind of changed it. But it's some great content on Lifetime Television. I mean, I just love it. Used to be on like Sundays, I could just watch it all day, even Saturdays. I used to come home from the bank, in Chicago, and I just kind of watch, just binge on Lifetime. Don't talk about me now. I used to binge on Lifetime. It was absolutely incredible. What was it like for you to be featured in a movie, a Lifetime original movie?
Oh my goodness. Well, when I booked it, I was over the moon, because they've been bringing me in for a while. It was mostly for the lead roles or the secondary lead role, and I feel really good about these auditions, but you just don't know. It doesn't, if you don't book something, it doesn't mean you weren't great. It just means you might not fit the vision they have or the world that they, have in mind. And so I was just super excited to do it and to be on set with such professionals and people who were there to really bring this story to life. And then of course it was a little bit loosely based on a true story. So it's really interesting to tell someone's story of what they went through and to put yourself in those shoes. So I felt really excited that I had that opportunity, and always looking for the next.
And then the audience is asking, what's the name of the film?
My child has my doctor's face.
And what do you play?
So I play Jessica. She is the lead, and it's loosely based on the doctors who inseminate their own patients. Of course, without their consent, they don't know. And there's been a ton of doctors who have done this in the past, and there's several documentaries about it.
Very good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break on that note. When we come back, we're going to find out What movies and films are Natalie's favorite? I'm Sherrod. We'll be right back right after this.
Can your IRA stand up to the next financial crisis that our top economists are saying is at our doorsteps? By allocating a percentage of your IRA into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns by putting your IRA back on the gold standard. Find out how to safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report. Protect your IRA today with one simple phone call and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. Call Genesis Gold Group, empowering faith-driven stewardship.
Call 877-588-0992. That's 877-588-0992. Again, 877-588-0992.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sherrod Show. I'm your host for our special Monday conversation with the lovely Natalie Polisson, the Hollywood star, all the way from Crown Pointe, Indiana. Now, I'm a movie buff, Natalie. I love movies. I love feel-good movies. I love movies that have a lot of substance. I'm also a big Western fan as well. Now, what are some of the movies that are films that kind of stick out that you can find yourself watching over and over again?
Ooh, over and over again. When I was younger, and I still love it. I loved Miss Congeniality. I love Sandra Bullock. Honestly, I feel that I've gotten this from people. I'm a little bit of like her type, her essence. I think she's just like a little quirky, but down to earth, kind of,
Girl Next Door, look.
yeah, someone
Yeah.
you want to get to know. And I
Mhm.
love that movie because I don't know, it just shows, you don't have to be perfect. It's in this world of like, pageant girls and they're trying to be perfect and she's her quirky self. And I think I was always drawn to that. Yeah.
So that's the one movie you can watch over and over again.
That one. And then, oh goodness, let's see.
Are,
I,
are you a horror film fan?
you know, I do like them. However, they have to have a substance. They have to have a good plot. I don't just want like the blood all over. And I definitely cannot watch it alone. I'll tell you that. I can't.
Very good. Well, the thing is that I want to see great wholesome films come back. One of my favorite films of all time is in 2007, No Country for Old Men. That's one of my all-time favorite films done by the Coen brothers. But then also, like I said, I'm a big Western fan. I love Once Upon a Time in the West. I like, great films and things. That's why, I'm partial to when I said Lifetime television and things like that. Are you a fan of like wholesome, great films that kind of leave you thinking once you walk out the movie theater?
Oh yeah, I love a film where I leave thinking, what would I do in that situation or something like that. And it's funny that you brought that up about wholesome films and wedding planning. So we just watched Father of the Bride. I know it was the remake, but it was with Steve Martin. And I kind of was talking to a friend about this, and they don't make a lot of movies like that anymore. It almost seems like your, big Academy Award winning films are there's lots of different films and they're great, but they're I don't know, they're a little like they're very rated R. There's a lot of nudity. There's this, there's that. There's not a lot of these wholesome family films that you can watch together anymore. It seems like the industry has kind of changed a bit. I don't know. So it's an interesting point you brought up.
Yeah, very much so. It is as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take some questions from the audience. They are lining up for Natalie. We're going to take about 3 questions from her. The first question, I knew it was going to come. They want to know, when is the big wedding date, and can they be invited? She doesn't even know you, Charles. I don't understand that, but they want to know when is the big date?
It is August 16th of this year, and we've just signed on a very cool venue, and it is at an old 1800s hotel in Los Alamos. And guess what? They shot the music video for Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson's Say, Say, Say music video there.
Really?
Real cool. Yeah, yeah. Real unique vibe. So
That's here in Los Angeles?
it's in Los Alamos.
Okay, Los Alamos. Very good. And you said it's August.
August 16th.
Very good. Okay, good. Is it going to be a big, big wedding?
Mediumly big. I don't know,
Translation is going to be huge, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no.
We appreciate your question, Charlie. This one is from Heather. This is from Heather. She's actually from Los Angeles. She said, congratulations to your booming career. You're doing great things. We're so honored to have Sherrod have you on the show again. Her question is, and we'll get to this momentarily, she want to know, where can we follow you on social media and keep up what you got going?
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, Heather. You're so kind and lovely. Yeah, all my social media is just my name, Natalie Polisson. So how it's spelled. So if you want to find me online, I think I'm the only one. I haven't found any other Natalie Polisson. So just me.
Very good. All right, great, good. All right, we have time for one more question. This is from Alex. He is from Shreveport, Louisiana. He said he's a huge fan when Sherrod has beautiful young ladies on the show, as he does. His question is, what is one of the biggest challenges of being a female actor in the industry?
Yeah, it's interesting. I talked to, again, my female friends about this. We are so now it's mostly self-tape auditions. Sometimes you'll go in the room, but it's interesting. We're constantly self-taping ourselves. So then we have to look back and you're seeing your face, you're hearing your voice, you're seeing your body. And I will tell you, there's a lot of times you're nitpicking, or, that voice in your head. Oh, I wish I looked like this or this or this. And there is an aspect of the industry that is vain, and sometimes they want certain characters like that. And I think it's just something that, it's so funny. It's so silly, but people who don't act, I call them civilians, which is silly, but people who don't act or aren't in the industry, but they don't deal with that, right? They don't deal with every day kind of seeing your face and, everything like that. But, yeah, I don't know. I would say it can be difficult. I had a call back earlier this year, and in the room, I heard some people in the office criticizing a woman's face online, who were part of the casting, and I was like, okay, but you just kind of have to know who you are, and you know what, it's a privilege to age and live, and yeah, just focus on the work, and I'm grateful.
Very good. We appreciate that. Again, thank you all for your questions. We don't have time for all of them, but Natalie, where can they reach out to you for their other questions directly to you?
Yeah, so Instagram, I'm Natalie Polisson. I have nataliepolisson.com. I think you can email on there as well.
Mhm. Very good. Natalie, I can see you doing comedy. Have you done any comedy yet?
Yeah, I love comedy.
You,
I tend to do a lot of comedic commercials.
Mhm.
And then I've done a lot of short films that are comedy. Um, but yeah, I love comedy. I feel that there isn't as much opportunity to do it, but I definitely enjoy when I can.
If we did a Seinfeld reboot, I'd be the black Jerry Seinfeld. You'd be the newer version of Elaine Bennis. What do you think?
Oh, I'll take it. I'm in.
Well, Natalie, thank you so much for stopping by on the Sherrod Show, taking a moment out of your busy day. We really appreciate you stopping by. Do you have any final thoughts?
Um, yeah, I think maybe the one thing I kind of mentioned earlier is, if you're interested in the arts, you don't have to make it your whole career. You can find a community theater where you're at, you could find a choir. I think that the arts bring so much to our lives. So if it's something you're interested in, why not, try it out.
Natalie, we're very proud of you, and it's only getting greater. I'm gonna definitely watch it again, the Lifetime film. Give us the name again.
My child has my doctor's face.
We're going to definitely check it out. Make sure you check it out as well. Follow her on Facebook, Instagram as well. Make sure you also subscribe to the Pure Essence Television Network on YouTube as well as on the app. And then also remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want to get back on your feet, just miss 3 car payments. I'm Sherrod. Till next time, see ya. Bye now.